I know you don't like to talk about fights after, but you know that Robbie Lawler said in the cage he was willing to do a rematch. You wanted a rematch. It was such a great fight. What do you think of a rematch on that one?
Well, you answered your own question. We don't make the fights tonight, but
I know you normally don't like to, but tonight you will.
Right? No, it was. The fight was awesome. I thought Carlos Condit, fought the fight of his life tonight. I don't know if you saw what I just tweeted. The percentages of significant strikes thrown. Carlos Condit threw 500 significant strikes tonight. It's crazy. And I had it 3-2, Condit. So, but I'm not a judge, so nobody probably gives a shit what I think. But that's how I had it. And much respect for Robbie. He needed to come out and do what he did in the 5th round. And one of the greatest rounds I think you will ever see in a fight. It was an amazing fight. Congrats to both guys, and we'll see. We'll see how this thing plays out and what happens.
And, when you score a fight like that, I mean, you're looking, is it, volume or is it power? Or, like, in your mind, like, what should they be looking at scoring?
When you score a fight?
Yeah, when you're scoring a fight like that that's so close.
I had, here, in my opinion, I had Condit win in the 1st round. I had Lawler win in the 2nd round. And then it depends on how you scored that 3rd round, which Lawler was winning that round early and then kind of shut down and didn't do much the rest of the 3rd round. I gave Condit the 4th round, and I gave Lawler the 5th.
And I know we talked about this in July after, Robbie had the great fight. I mean, it seems like he's delivering these kind of performances on a regular.
He's our Evander Holyfield, man, right? It's just like he's never in a boring fight. He's always, when he gets hurt, he continues to go toe-to-toe. Robbie reminds me, he's like our Evander Holyfield, really is. And I respect so much when you're in a fight like this and you have to come out. You have to come out in that 5th round and do what Robbie did. And he did it, and great fight.
One of the best fights we've ever seen. It's a fight that you thought the challenger actually won. Does that mean that you would lean towards doing it again? There doesn't seem to be another clear #1 contender right now as well. I mean, with all those things, what factors will you use to make the decision whether or not we'll run this back? Especially with Lawler saying he'd like to do it again.
Yeah, but Carlos was saying in the back that he might retire. This might be the last fight for Carlos. We'll see how this thing plays out. You can't make these kind of fights right after the fight, Lawler said yes, he would like to do it. I'm sure Condit would like to do it again if he doesn't decide to retire. And, I respect both guys a lot. We'll see how this thing plays out. We'll see what happens. Plus, you got to understand, those two are just in a war. They were in a war, a 5-round absolute war. Let's see how they feel in a couple days. And, guys get banged up. And, we kind of pulled the trigger a little too soon on Lawler last time trying to put him in Australia. And Lawler's coming off back-to-back wars. Back-to-back wars. So we'll see what happens.